Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name's Amari. If you're not new here, thank you for coming back. I appreciate it so much. In this video, I'm going to be going over some, unpopular opinions a little bit, but mainly the reason as to why I'm in film. I don't know, I feel like it's very rare to come across someone of my background in film, so I just kind of want to go into why I'm doing it and why I'm pursuing a career in film. So I don't want to make this video too long or too preachy or anything, but I just kind of have some things that I want to get off my chest, things that I think are really important, so I hope you guys stay tuned and enjoy this video. Now my camera is flashing. Okay, well, hopefully I get what I want to say out of the time that I have. So first things first, if you didn't know, I'm 21 years old. I do go to UIUC, which is University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. This year I'm studying abroad, although I am home right now because of Miss Rona. I had to leave early, so my abroad journey got cut short, unfortunately, so I did get sent home, but I'm still doing online classes with UAL, which is University of the Arts at London. I don't know if I said that, but yeah. This term kind of sucks because we're not able to make a film. Me and my group have been working on a script, but it's just not the same as creating something physical and working on it physically. It's probably my favorite part about it, so it's been kind of sucky in terms of not being able to do that. But the script writing has been pretty fun. It took a little while for me to be up to it and motivated to do it because of my depression. I kind of went into it in the last video, which was me putting on this makeup, doing a get ready with me, and letting you guys know how I've been dealing with things and how I've been doing. You'll know that I basically fell back into depression within the last month or so, and it took a while for me to get out. I'm still in the process of it. I'm not like 100% like yay, like I still have my days where everything's just really gray and shitty, but I mean, it's been getting better collectively, so I've been feeling better overall. And today I just wanted to make really positive, and I want to start grinding again, getting things done. Yesterday I succeeded at getting a list of things that I wanted to do done, and today I want to do the same. As you can see, it's still daylight out, so hopefully I can achieve that. But basically the reason why I went into film is because I don't see very many people of color in the industry when you compare the people of color to the white people in the industry, let alone Latinas. In the industry, it's really rare that you see them, and especially behind the camera. So I really want to help my community make a difference by being able to struggle and get my way in there, because I do think it's really important to show representation and to make a difference, because not only do our stories get botched all of the time, which is incredibly frustrating, our cultures get botched all of the time as well. There's so many misconceptions when it comes to being Latina, what it means, what it is, the definition of it let alone, and just so many different things. Like, people don't even understand the difference between being Hispanic, Latina, and Spanish. It's quite simple. If you didn't know, being Hispanic basically means that you are a Spanish speaker. Being Spanish means that you come from Spain, so no, you can't tell people from Latin America that they're Spanish, because they're not. Spanish means Spain, and if you're not from Spain, you're not Spanish. Latina means you come from Latin America. It either means A, that you come straight from Latin America, you were born there, or it means that you have Latin American ancestry, like me, where I was born here in Chicago, but my families are from Puerto Rico and Mexico. Therefore, I'm Latina because my ancestors are from Latin America. So that's what that basically means, and oops, I didn't turn that off. But essentially, people barely even know the differences between those three words. And I mean, I don't blame them, I guess, because no one really told us. The only time that I ever learned what those three words meant and the differences was when I took native speaker Spanish class in high school. It took me all the way until high school to learn that. And that's really a shame, but that's just our education system failing us for so many different reasons. One of them being that they focus on the white side of the history and whitewashing everything and making them become the heroes, if you will, which is such bullshit because there's just so much getting into that I don't really want to go too much into depth, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, they be lying. They be lying. They don't tell us everything, and that's a shame, but that's the world we live in. But like I said, I do want to get my foot in the film industry to make a difference. One, because I really do enjoy making films. It's become one of my favorite things since high school, since I started in my broadcast journalism program. It's something that made me really happy and I actually became really good at. So why not continue and run with it, especially because I don't see many people like me doing it. And if I can get my foot in there and try to educate people and make a difference, which is the main thing that I've been wanting to do since I was little, is make a difference. I know one person cannot make a difference, but one person can help make a difference. So if that's something that I can do, I'm gonna go for it. My dreams may be big and uncomfortable, but that's the way I want it. That's what I want to do, and I'm doing whatever I can to be able to succeed and do it, and I don't let anybody tell me otherwise. I have family that has disagreed with me. Do I care? No, because I am gonna try my damn best to be the best person I can be and make a difference for us, because if I don't do it, who the fuck else will? Very little people will. I'm telling you that now. So that's just what I'm here to do. That's why I'm in the film industry, because it's just so much into it, but so many people think that being Latina means you're Mexican, which is so untrue. There's so many different countries in Latin America, and the cultures are very different, and the dialects of Spanish are very different, okay? Let me tell you one thing. This is an example. When I was in my native Spanish speakers class, which is the class that we learned what the difference between Latina, Hispanic, and Spanish means, is the same class that I learned that not everyone knows what. Okay, I had to charge my battery because it died. So if the angle is different, it probably is, and if my hair looks slightly different, it probably is. So basically, I think the last thing that I was saying was that I genuinely had no idea that there were different, dialects in terms of Spanish, besides a few words that I heard differently growing up, being both Mexican and Puerto Rican. I knew that there was different words for like cake, because in Mexico they refer to cake as pastel, and in Puerto Rico they refer to it as bizcocho, because a pastel is like a tamal, but it's not a tamal, it's different than a tamal. Like, the ingredients are different, but they look very similar. So those things I knew about, growing up with both cultures and being proud of both and learning and just watching when I grew up. But there are other things that I had no idea. Like, to me, there are some words that I picked up that I only knew to be that. Like, I didn't know that there was a different word for it. And one of those words was pollina. If you don't know what a pollina is the Puerto Rican term for bangs. So like right here, I guess I have bangs right here. So this is my pollina. I had no idea there was a different word for that. I kid you not. I went all the way up until my teenage years thinking that the only Spanish word for bangs was pollina. That's all I knew. That's all I knew. It took until that same native speaker Spanish class that I learned the difference between Hispanic, Latina, and Spanish that is not the case, because we read a book, like a little novel or an excerpt of a novel from this Puerto Rican writer, and my teacher kept stopping to ask the class what these terms meant, and to me it was very clear, like it wasn't hard. So I would raise my hand every single time, and I was like, why is she asking such dumb questions? But I still would raise my hand because it was like easy points, whatever. Little did I know that no one else in my class knew what it was, because me being mixed, I was the only Puerto Rican anything in the class. There was no full Puerto Rican, there was no other half Puerto Rican, I was it, that was it. So I was the only person that knew. I didn't know that until I raised my hand and I look around and I see that no one else has their hand raised. So my teacher continues to let the rest of the class guess what this word means, and someone says that they think that it is a mother hen because it rhymes with gallina, which is the term for a mother hen. And me, knowing that that's way off, I laugh. And everyone looks at me like, what? And I was just like, oh, okay. So then my teacher finally like lets me explain what it is, and I was like, well, I don't know any other Spanish word for it, so I'm just gonna say it in English. So I was like, it's just bangs, like, you know, bangs, like when you have little hair right here. And I just shrugged, and everyone was like, oh, you mean a copete? And I was like, what? And they were like, you don't know what a copete? I was like, no. And they were like, it's the same thing. And I was like, since when? And they were like, since forever. Like, that's the only word I've ever known for it. I was like, well, same. Bollina's the only word I've ever known for a bang. And they were looking at me like, I looked at them like, interesting. So for a lot of us, I think that was the first time we realized, oh shit, there's more words that are different that we had no idea. So since that one day in class, it was really funny because every now and then my, you know, classmates would turn to me and be like, what is this in Puerto Rican? And I was like, okay. Like in Puerto Rico, how do you refer to this? And they would just ask me like random things. And sometimes I would use the terms, like Puerto Rican terms for things. And they would look at me like, what? Like I remember one time someone was going to the trash can and I was like, like me tiras esto en el zafacón, and they were like, what? And I was like, trash can. And they were like, that's trash can? I was like, yeah, that's Puerto Rican for trash can. Like, it's just funny. Also, please don't refer to Spanish as countries. Like, if you're gonna refer to the dialect or the terms of a country, like, okay, you know, you can refer to it as like, oh, it's a Puerto Rican term, it's a Dominican term, it's a Cuban term, it's a Mexican term, whatever. But like, if you're one of those people that refers to Spanish, like the language, as Mexican, I don't like you. I don't like you, because that's not right. It's I'm explaining to you right now that there's different terms in each country. They're very different. If you look up videos of like Guatemalans versus like Costa Ricans or whatever, like there's videos like that where there's people from different countries explaining what word they use for, you know, whatever, and they're really fun to watch. I've watched a few of them and they're fun. And sometimes I know Dominicans and Puerto Ricans have the same terms for specific things. Like I know we call the bus guagua, and I know in Mexico it's not a guagua, it's a autobus. You know, like there's just stuff like that. Like there's plenty of words that are very different. Little did I know that there was more than just a few, that it was damn near the whole fucking the whole dictionary. But like, it's fun to learn stuff like that. But the point that I'm trying to make is, you know, things are different, the cultures are different. Like for me personally, in Puerto Rico, you like to listen to salsa, there's bomba, like there's different music, there's different food. And in Mexico, again, the food is different, there's different music. Like there's zapateado, there's mariachi, there's corridos. Like there's different, like it's just different, it sounds different, it tastes different. Like you can tell those things are completely different, and you would not know unless you tried it or unless you took the time to learn. So that's why I'm making this video, because I really want to let you guys know that these things are important to me. This is why I'm doing what I do. And I do want to make more videos going more into depth about stuff like this, because I do think that if they're not going to teach you in school, someone has to. It might as well be me, because I'm already fucking here. You know? I'm already here. So I might as well just take the opportunity to let you know what you've been missing your whole life, okay? If you've ever wanted to learn Spanish, I guess subscribe, because I do really want to make more videos telling you guys. Since this whole corona thing, there's been so many ambulances that pass by my house. It's crazy. Like, I've never heard this many in my life on a daily basis. It's wild. This stuff is real, guys. It's real. I can tell because there's like 5 or more ambulances that pass by my house every single day. But anyways, I'm not trying to make us sad with things that are going on in the world. This video was again just for me to kind of rant a little bit, let you guys know why I'm in the industry that I am pursuing, and to let you guys know to please stop being ignorant towards my community when it comes to these very basic, simple things that you probably didn't know, but you should know by now. So yeah, if you're from any major cities, I know in LA, or not LA, yeah, in LA, basically in the biggest like cities and states, so like New York, LA or California, Chicago, Texas, Florida, that's where a lot of Latinx, you know, reside. So if you're from those areas, I kind of feel like there's no excuse for you. Like, these are things that you should know. There's plenty, like in Chicago, there's plenty of Mexican restaurants, there's plenty of Puerto Rican restaurants. Like, you should know the difference between. We have a whole park dedicated to Puerto Ricans and there's a big ass flag. Like, these are just things that you should notice. So it should not really come shock to you if you're watching this video and you're like, what the fuck? It's there. Pay attention. Please don't be that person, or stop being that person who refers to every Latinx person as Mexican. People are tired of it, including me, and I'm half. It's really annoying. Please acknowledge when people tell you what they are. It's basically like telling them what their identity is. You're not them, you don't know, so please stop it. Just listen to people. Just listen to people. Educate yourselves. You know, listen to what they tell you. Most of the time what they tell you gives you an insight on what their cultures are like. Like I said, cultures, very different. Food, I mean, like, stuff like that pertains to the culture, but like, that stuff is different. The Spanish, the dialect is different, the accents are different, like, it's all just different, and these are things you wouldn't know, but now you know. So I want to make more videos like these. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you do, please give it a thumbs up so that I know to keep making more. What else? Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. My little family here is growing and makes me so happy. Thank you guys for supporting me, and I see you guys giving my videos thumbs up and commenting down below. It really makes my day, so please keep going. I love talking to you guys down in the comments, and I think that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Thank you for entertaining me and letting me rant to you and educate you if you didn't already know these things. So yeah, bye.
We all fight battles we can steal, so let it go.